Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Black Ops 3 In Depth. In today's episode, we're going to be reviewing the RK5 Burst Pistol, one of three very strong secondaries in Black Ops 3, and a very popular one at that. So let's jump right into the nuts and bolts of this weapon with the damage. It'll deal 35 damage up close, 29 at medium range, and decrease down to 22 at a distance, making it average for the secondary weapon class. This is the exact same damage profile as the LCAR-9, but slightly less than that of the MR6. The next question is going to be, well, what does that mean in shots to kill? Well, it can take between 3 and 5 shots to kill, meaning that it can potentially kill in one burst, but more often than not, it's going to take all 5 shots to kill. And you're going to say, okay, well, why does it take so many shots to kill? And that's because the range is just not very good. The 3-shot kill range is only 5 meters, which is very, very close, especially for a COD game. And the 4-shot kill range only goes out to 10 meters, so anything after 10 meters is going to be 5 shots to kill, or 5 out of 6 of the 2 bursts that you have to use to kill somebody. It is surprisingly effective at close range, but surprisingly ineffective at long range, and I feel that that is the true weakness of the RK5, because other than this miserable range, it's got a lot of other very, very good things going for it. Well, to take that back, there's one other bad thing about it, and that's the fact that the headshot multiplier is only 1.1x, making headshots useless at all ranges. I would only recommend going for headshots if you want to get a camo, or if you're in hardcore mode, and you're actually wouldn't even make a difference there in hardcore mode. So yeah, just only go for headshots if you want camos. Well, now let's talk about the good things about this pistol. The burst rate of fire, or the rate of fire of the 3 bullets that come out of the end of your gun, is 900 rounds per minute, which is very fast. If I'm not mistaken, this is the same speed as the VMP. This is the same speed as that good old B23R, the MP7 from Black Ops 2. It dumps bullets out at a very high rate of fire, which is one of the primary reasons that I think people like it. And the burst delay is not bad either at only 100 milliseconds, giving it the lowest burst delay in the entire game, tied with the Pharaoh, if I'm not mistaken, approximately half that of the XR2, and approximately like 75% of that of like the M8A7 or something like that. But the burst delay is very, very fast. So fast, in fact, that most people would say there's none at all. It's a very easy weapon to spam, very easy weapon to dump bullets downstream, thus making it kind of easy to use, but this is where we're getting into the wishy-washy part here. It's mathematically fast time to kill, but my experience is that it's not that great. Like if I do all the math and I get the theoretical time to kill if you don't miss any shots over all these ranges and whatever, it comes out number 1 in most categories. Like mathematically speaking, the time to kill is very, very fast on the RK5, but my experience is the range isn't that great. It's not super accurate. I struggle with it. It has problems. It's going to perform slightly underneath its mathematical potential. Magazine size is 15. Extended mags is only going to bump you up to 21, but hey, that's still 2 extra bursts, which is nice. The iron sights I'm going to classify as good enough. Good enough to where I don't really need an optical attachment. I'll take one, I guess, if I really have the free slot. They're not perfect, they're not ideal, but they're definitely good iron sights, and they're definitely good enough for the range, so I would not recommend running optics of any kind on the RK5, though you can if you want to. And the recoil is higher than you think. Like, a lot of people think of the recoil on the RK5 as being 0 or being very low, and I think that they're just kind of conditioned to think about it like that good old B23R from Black Ops 2, which I admit had lower recoil than this, or the Raffica from MW2, which was like a pocket M16 where you could pop people all the way across the map. It's not those weapons. It kicks more than those weapons. However, thankfully, the recoil is mostly vertical, meaning that it's relatively easy to control. It does go to the sides a little bit. Typically, it's the 3rd shot that goes haywire and not the 2nd one, and it's got okay-ish hipfire spread. It used to have very good hipfire spread. However, after the recent patch, it got nerfed a little bit, so the hipfire spread is a little bit wider now, unfortunately not the best. Aim down sights time is 125 milliseconds, making it the slowest in its class, but I do want to point out that even though it has the slowest in-class ADS time, that's still very fast. Like, that's way faster than the assault rifles or SMGs or shotguns, anything. All the pistols ADS very slow, very fast. This one just aims down sights a little bit slower than the other one. Reload time is 1.5 seconds, which is average for the class. I think they're all like that. This one you will be reloading a lot. If you think about it, if you got 15 rounds in the mag, that means you can only pull the trigger 5 times before you have to reload. So do expect to do a lot of reloading, especially if you have to consider that you're almost always going to be needing to pull the trigger more than once to kill somebody. Going to be doing a lot of reloading. Even though extended mags only bumps up the mag count a little bit, I'm going to say it's totally worth, or fast mags or something like that. It has a low wall penetration factor, and it's kind of hard to wallbang with. Pistols are just not wallbang weapons. I definitely wouldn't go for it on the RK5. As for what I think about this weapon, I think it's probably the strongest secondary in the game, but only in the hands of a skilled player. Its range isn't spectacular. It kicks a little bit more than the B23R. Its hipfire is a little bit wide. It aims down sights a little bit slow. It has a lot of micro nerfs that make it not so amazing. However, skilled players like pros, I see a lot of pros using this weapon, or somebody that really gets a feel for it, that really knows how to work it, how to control the recoil, you can dump truck people with this weapon. It's just way harder to use than the other pistols, kind of like the LK5. Its strength is just that it's very easy to use. This is a high skill, high reward pistol, so you need to be careful with it. However, maybe I'm not high skill enough. I just don't think the RK5 is very consistent with its shots to kill or accuracy. My third shot has a tendency to go to screwball, and because of the range, it doesn't one burst as much as I would like it to. I have this problem of assuming that burst fire weapons are going to kill in one burst, so I'll shoot somebody once or sometimes even twice with the RK5 and be like, okay, they're dead, they're gonna die in just a second when the lag catches up. That's not true. I run off or I stop shooting and I get killed, and it causes the weapon to feel somewhat inconsistent to me, so you do need to watch out for that while playing with it. And I think it's best with nothing at all, or maybe extended mags, or maybe if you hate extended mags, fast mags. Something to either give you more magazine size or faster reloading, because you're going to burn through your mag very, very quick. But like most pistols in the game, it's probably best with just no attachments and run it as a base secondary. Guys, that is all for this in-depth episode. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and I hope that you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. The previous episode was on the MR6 pistol, and the next episode is going to be on the godly LK9. Drifter out.